Hello. That's a different song. Hello. Ah, shoot. Let me get my little guy on there. Hold on. Ah! Ah! Ah, why is there two of me? Oh, God. Hold on. I must fix this. Okay. Okay, hold on. Wait. Yeah! Sweet. It's working now. Alright. Hello. So let me tell you a story. So I believe it was like a couple months ago. Kinda what happened was let me show Spotify. Hold on. Um boop. Okay. Let me move to the let me show you something. Parkdale. So there was this little podcast that I remember my dad told me about. Um, my dad told me about this little podcast called Parkdale Haunt, and he was like, "It's cool. It's made by my my coworker's wife. It's pretty cool, and we should listen to it together." And I was like, "Heck yeah, sure. That sounds hype." I didn't say that because I was like, I think I was like 11. Oh God, I was like 11 at that time. Because it started kind of like in the beginning of COVID, I believe. Yeah, September 2020. Yeah. So kind of what happened was I forget what episode it was, but so as some of you may know, my name or my last name is Walker. And there's one episode that had a voice in it that was it in I think it might have been in season 2. Load more episodes. I think it was this. The hands were given. Nope, never mind. Oh wait, never mind, yeah. So there's one name in there that if you don't know me, you're gonna be like, oh my god, the nostalgia critic was in this. And if you do know me, you're gonna be like, oh my god, Fee's dad was in this. Actually, if you know me, you probably won't care because I've probably already told you. But yeah, so my dad was like, listen to this episode, or listen to this podcast that I definitely, like, the only connection that I have to it is, of course, that it's set in Toronto and that one of the creators is my like employee's wife. And like I listened to it. It was pretty good podcast. I really enjoyed it. Very very underrated in the podcast community. But it's just funny. And then I and then something happened. I remember I listened to, I believe it was like the Parkdale Haunt like after Q&A thing, and they said like, oh yeah, we're gonna be making a new podcast that's like set in the world of Parkdale Haunt. And I was like, oh cool. Surely nothing will happen related to that other than like it being a pretty good podcast and stuff. So yeah, the new series Woodbine has begun. Well, the production has already started. The first episode is out, and So one thing about Woodbine is that you probably already know. I am in it. I'm not in it yet. It's still on like the first episode. But yeah, I'm in it eventually. And that's pretty cool. So I'm quite excited for when that comes out. Okay, I'm gonna have to scroll all the way down, I think. I don't know how it works on like the web browser thing. But yeah, go listen to Parkdale Haunt if you haven't. It's really good, especially if you especially if you like other podcasts. It was part of 9 to Midnight, which is also pretty underrated. It was like a collaboration between a bunch of podcasts, including some really cool ones like Malevolent and I think Hello from the Hallowoods was in it. Bunch of really cool stuff. Even like I think the Magnus Archives was part of it. So that's pretty sweet. So that's pretty cool. Anyways, I have not listened to this episode yet. All I know is that there's Canadian vampire Yuri, and I am hyped. I don't know why it says that I listened to it. I didn't. Oh, it's probably my friend who uses my account.
What's it like to trade crypto on Kraken?
Ah!
Multi-layered security.
Earn points on every...
Wait, no, I want to hear the intro.
Points never expire, so use them how you want. That's the powerful backing of American Express. On eligible cards, terms apply. Learn more at amex.ca.
It was an unusually warm September day when it happened. I was at work typing up some notes my coworker, Grace, had left for me to transcribe. Grace Hawthorne. Nice lady, bit of an old soul, but we get along. We're friends. She's the main detective here at the agency. I mean, she's the only detective. I'm just an assistant. Mostly I take notes, call clients, whatever is needed. But I join her out on the field sometimes, helping with cases, digging around. I hope I have the chops to actually move up the ladder here. Well, it's not really much of a ladder. It's a step stool, perhaps. It's a small workplace. Woodbine Agency, located just near Woodbine subway station. Not the most creative name, but hey, I didn't pick it. A tiny detective agency with tiny cases. Stuff too small for anyone major to care about, but too big for one person to handle. It's not bad. Good benefits, dental. Have to admit, I'd been hoping for a promotion, and Grace has definitely been taking more of an interest in me as of late, but none of this is important right now. As for me, my name is Beatrice Ash, but everyone who knows me well calls me B. I like it, B. It sounds bouncy, bright, sweet, all these things that I just feel like I'm not. Now, people who've just met me call me Beatrice, and it makes me feel like I'm still in school. The teacher's voice barking it out across the classroom, the kids making jokes about it, and young me wishing my parents gave me a cool, contemporary name, like Kayla or Ashley or Misty. But no, Beatrice, an old lady name. Grace likes it, although I'm not sure why. But yeah, that's what I get called by people who barely know me. As for people who don't know me at all, well, they don't call me anything. For example, the guy who walked into the office a few minutes ago and started stabbing me, he didn't even look at the name on the desk. He just got to work. And well,
Wild start.
Here I am.
That's great though.
Oh no. Oh no, oh my god. Oh my, okay. Okay, I'm going to, B, honey, I need you to stay with me, okay? okay?
Grace, help me. Oh, I'm gonna die. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh
No,
my god.
you're not doing that. I'm not going to let that happen.
No,
We will get you
Beth,
out of here. We'll
you're
get
not
these
allowed to
wounds
die.
stitched
Beth,
up.
Beth.
I don't think you have much choice in the matter.
I'll call for help. I'll get an ambulance. They can... There's so much blood, B.
Oh, my blood inside me, it's all I want. Oh god. Oh god. Please help. Please.
Wild start.
It's a lot.
No. I won't let you die. Okay, where's your phone? Oh, no, it's been smashed.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Please. Please don't let me die.
I told you that won't happen.
Oh, I'm cold. I'm cold.
Your pulse is so weak. Okay, fuck. I could go get my phone, but I don't think they can help.
Oh no.
Just
Surely nothing bad is gonna happen.
Anything.
Surely she's not gonna try save her by making her an immortal vampire. Nothing like that would happen.
Sweetie, I'm going to make a choice. For the both of us.
what?
It's not your time.
Who says you get to pick? Who says you get to pick that?
Good question. What kind of god would let this happen to you?
I don't know.
What kind of god would cause such pain? What kind of devil will allow me to help you?
I'm sorry, Grace.
Shh, don't be sorry. What do you have to be sorry for?
All
Really is
this
Canadian.
is gonna be a mess to clean up, and I won't be here for it. I don't want to die.
Is this what was used to stab you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm helping. Don't worry. Shh.
God.
I'm the one who's sorry, B. It's not your time to go, okay? We'll figure this out together. Are you ready?
Oh no.
I am. And I'll explain everything after. This will feel disorienting. You look so
I love the sound design so much. It's so good. It's so good. Eating up this
Do
sound
not
design.
make this mistake again, Grace. It's difficult for me to watch you fail.
Who the heck? Damn.
B?
Don't come any closer.
All right.
You tell me what happened. Where am I and what the fuck happened and
I'm sorry. I don't think you're fully healed yet. It's only been a few hours.
Where are we?
You're at my house.
What? What? Why did you bring me here? Shouldn't I
Because I
be in
kidnapped
a
you.
hospital or something?
A hospital wouldn't help.
What does that mean? How am I even conscious right now, or alive, for that matter? Last time I looked, most of my blood was now in a big puddle outside my body, ruining the office floor.
That hardwood will never be the same, unfortunately. What a shame.
Sorry.
It was original, you know.
I don't think that's the issue right now. What the hell is going on?
Janitor is gonna have to.
Why are we here?
I needed to get you somewhere safe.
Did you call the police? An ambulance? An Uber?
Cops are useless. An ambulance would never have arrived in time, and I would have ruined my 5-star rating on Uber if I had tried to load your bloody form into the back of some random man's Kia Sportage.
Okay. So you brought me here to... what, stitch me up?
In a sense.
In a sense?
I glued
What,
you together.
did you hot glue me back together or something?
Damn.
B, we need to talk.
What the... what... No, I was stabbed. I was stabbed a lot. My shirt is a mess, but there's no open wounds. What?
I have some things I should explain.
Yeah, you think? Grace, what the hell is going on? What is this? Am I hallucinating? Am I dead? How long have I been out?
Just calm down. And
How the shit am I supposed to calm down? What did you do?
It's a complicated thing.
I don't have the patience right now for complications, Grace. Did you scoop my blood up and put it back inside me? I don't think that's how it works.
Would you describe yourself as someone with an open mind?
What? I'm gonna start throwing more stuff if you don't give me a straight answer.
If it'll make you feel better. At least aim for the vase on the table over there. I've never cared for it.
Oh my god. Okay. Let me get on your level right now. Are you some sort of necromancer? Are you a witch? Are you some sort of weird cultist with a patron or whatever?
Vampire?
No. I've been approached before, but not my style. Cultists are too hot-headed. I did have a stint as a priestess of a worm goddess.
Hot-headed?
Oh, there was this woman. She was so gorgeous when she was zealous. She got me into it, but... yeah, I'll save that story for another time.
What is going on?
This might take a little time to explain.
Make it quick!
There is a lot of information that I'm going to need to get through before I get to the crux of the issue.
Tell me now!
I'm a vampire, B.
Wow.
I understand the words that you just said. They are words that make sense in my head. I comprehend them. It's just that they are words that don't make any sense in the context of real life. So, I'm going to ask you to calmly repeat to me what you just said, okay?
Alex is so
Yes.
funny. Like,
All right.
like she's such a good actor.
Please repeat
that's like,
what you just said.
and like it's funny. Like she talks like this in real life. Like when I went over to the like pirate studio thing, she like this is like basically the same tone of how she actually talks. It makes it feel so much more genuine. I love. I don't know. She's just really good at playing characters.
A vampire.
What?
A vampire. You know, a mythological undead creature said to feed on the blood of the living. An Nosferatu.
Jonathan, you are begging.
A creature of the night. A bloodsucker.
I know what a vampire is.
Oh. Well, good.
I am aware of the concept and the mythology. I've seen Buffy, I skimmed Twilight, and I'm glad for you, whatever that means. But I'm not really sure how this applies to whatever's happening here, because I'm not... Oh, no, Grace. No, you didn't.
Jonathan.
I'm sorry.
I have
It was
made
all
you
I could
immortal.
do. There were no other options.
Are you shitting me?
Believe me, this is not a thing I would shit you about.
All right, you know what? I'm done. I am
the boss
not
breaking?
putting up with this.
Stop! If you're trying to
God, this
dramatically
sun
immolate
thing.
yourself, it's not going to work.
Okay, fine. Oh,
God, I don't know if I'd be able to handle that.
stings. Oh my God, I can't go out in the sun now?
Yes and no. If you'll just let me explain.
Gotta wear a big poofy jacket.
No.
Protect your
No,
skin.
this isn't real. Why aren't there any stab wounds? I do not understand what happened to me.
You were stabbed. And you were dying. And I couldn't stand there and watch you shake off this mortal coil, so I did the only thing I could do. And because of that,
Other than call an ambulance,
because
you
of
know.
what I did, you have changed. You may have noticed that one of the changes allows you to heal quite quickly. You're still going to be a little sore,
I've noticed.
but you're alive. Well, sort of. Not technically, I suppose, but you still exist.
Wonderful.
Why?
I couldn't let you die, and I made a choice.
I want to say that my head is throbbing, that my eyes burn, that I feel a shiver running through me, but I don't. Just this endless numbness that is settling across my skin like lukewarm water. Am I still me?
She's numb because when
Yes,
vampires nibble on
but
people's necks, they go num num
different.
num 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 num.
Look, there's so much to tell you, but it's not all bad. There are things about the change you might enjoy. It does come with benefits.
Nick jump scare. Nick jump scare. Hello. I'm listening to Vampire Yuri. It's great. I have unfortunately been shaken. Like a can of Coke and then explode.
Things will become clearer over time.
This feels like, this fucking bullshit. You were lying to me.
I know it's a lot to take in. I remember the change. I went through it too. It's overwhelming, but it can also be exhilarating. Like the first kiss of a new lover. Or Burning Man.
I think I... What is that smell?
Oh,
You're having a stroke.
you'll be hungry.
Or
I brought you
overcooking your
something.
toast. If you live in a house that's full of smoke,
Is that blood?
Ethically sourced, I promise. It's AB positive. Quite earthy.
I am not touching that.
You're going to need to eat. The hunger will come sooner than you think.
No. I... Just leave me alone for a bit.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
juice.
Just don't open that curtain again.
Don't tell me what to do.
Believe me, I have no desire to be your keeper. But I do have a responsibility to protect you from yourself. At least until you understand how this works. Please trust me. I had to learn all of these things the hard way, but...
Youchie! My skin is boiling.
This is fucking real.
Yes.
What am I supposed to do now?
I can help. I owe you that much.
You can help? You got me into this mess.
I wasn't the one who stabbed you. I wasn't trying to hurt you.
You did this to me. You turned me into this. You made this choice for me. Get out!
Damn.
I'm sorry, B. I'm going to give you some space. Please, if you are feeling hunger, I urge you to consider eating.
What do you say to someone who's told you something unbelievable? What do you do when your world, the one where this stuff doesn't exist, ends and is suddenly replaced with a world that no longer makes sense? I don't want to exist in this new reality. But it doesn't feel like it matters what I want anymore. I walk over to the window, and if I place my arm in the sunlight, it feels like someone's snapping 100 elastics across my skin. I'm not gonna die doing this, I don't think, but... Ow. Fuck. Everything feels too loud, too weird, thick and hazy, like I'm looking through sleet and listening through thunder. My body hurts, but not enough. I was dying. A few hours ago, I was dying, but there's no trace of the wounds, and the pain feels like a distant memory. I've checked my phone. It's late afternoon. This morning I came to work. I did a little admin. I was stabbed 27 times, and now I'm... I can't say it yet.
You have successfully stabbed Beatrice 17
But I've changed.
27
I know
times.
in my heart
You are
I have.
now proud owner of
I can
vampire.
feel it. But I'm still breathing. Why am I still breathing? And I'm hungry. It feels like normal hunger, but also, it doesn't. It's like hunger was mixed in a blender with desire and lust, and I just want something. But I can't. I can't, and I won't. I will not be ravenous. I am not a monster. I just want to know why this is happening.
Cope.
And I want to know why she did this to me.
She's trying to help you. Like, okay, no, I get it, but it's like, come on. Although...
Still haven't
Also,
heard back from
she could've-
Grace.
No. Have you had any luck?
I tried again. No response.
How serious of a situation do you think that?
Oh my god, that's so funny. That's so funny. I think there's a delay. Yes, there definitely is. I'm very aware of that. I'm very aware of that. I'm sorry. There is quite a bit of delay actually. It's annoying. I don't know how to fix it. I'm sorry. I can't believe Austin Bird is dating Kane Malevolent. Wow. That's awesome. Two of my favorite podcast voice actors. Okay, funny story. When I started listening to Malevolent, I didn't even know that Harlan Guthrie lived in Toronto. I didn't even know he lived in Toronto, and also that he had been in Parkdale Haunt. Like, I didn't know. And then I think I was listening to, no, I found out before then. I don't remember when, but I found out that it might have been when I was listening to 9 to Midnight, and I was like, oh cool, they're in the same thing. And then, like, I think someone made a meme about, like, Harlan Guthrie being Canadian, and, like, I'm bad at telling the difference between American and Canadian accents, so I never really picked up on it. But, like, someone mentioned that he's Canadian, and I was like, dang. Well, he probably lives in, like, a different place, you know? Like, not in Toronto. And then, like, I think, my dad came back with, like, the script for the episode I'm in, and he was like, yeah, just so you know, the creator of Malevolent is also in this podcast. And I was like, huh? So that was like really funny. It's great. I'm so excited.
This is.
Let's go back a bit.
Still haven't heard back from Grace.
No.
You'll
Have you had
probably
any
get my
luck?
response
I
in like
tried
10
again.
minutes,
No response.
though. Yeah.
How serious of a situation
Has
do
it
you
been
think
10
this
minutes?
is?
When was the last time you got a panicked voicemail from her, Aurelius? 1999?
Yes, when she got those chunky highlights.
A terrible decision, yes. But the tenor of this call... I don't think my concern is unfounded. She said she made some choices, and it all feels out of character.
No, it's like the delay is kind of like a time capsule.
What do you think has...
It's like a time capsule. You can like say something, like 10 minutes in the past, and then like I'm gonna get it in 10 minutes, and by then I'll be like a reconstruction of cells. Like I won't be the same person anymore. That's wild. It's like a time capsule. I'm living in the future.
You're so worked up. Reassure me before my
What
brain takes me down a terrible
episode?
path.
Oh,
What do you think happened?
what episode is yours? It is
She killed her.
I don't know if I can. No, Alex did respond to one of my tweets and did say it, so I think it's okay to publicly say. It's mine is the 7th episode, and it's I think it's coming out October 18th. I think she said, but I might be wrong. I'll double check when I'm done, but I think it was October 18th. But I could be wrong.
Her latest meal.
Hasn't done that in decades.
She's gone vegan.
Do you honestly think she would want to relive that short-lived phase?
Perhaps she burned the
Vegan
office down by accident or by design.
Oh my god.
She has been talking to me about.
I just had a core memory unlocked. Does anyone remember Bunnicula? Does anyone remember Bunnicula? That series was when I was younger. Like that was the series that they would always read to us in school. Whenever it was like when we had like break or something, and it was about this rabbit that was like also Dracula and a bunny, and there was also a dog, I think, and the dog learned, like the book was from the perspective of the dog, if I remember correctly, and he was like talking, and like they could talk to each other, and like the rabbit was like in the middle of the night would like wake up and start like draining all the juice from carrots and stuff, and everyone was like really confused. It was peak, absolute peak. I need to see if I can like find that again. Oh my god, there were so many books from my childhood that I remember. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna look it up. It was called Bunnicula. Yes! Bunnicula! Oh god, did they make a show? Oh no. Actually, I like this art style. It's very cute. I might check it out at some point. That's actually quite cute. I like that. Oh wait, this is sick actually. The ears being the wings. That's actually sick. I love that design. Oh, that's so sick. I love that. I really like the character design. That's so cool. But yeah, this is the book. Today, vegetables, tomorrow, the world. Yeah. Absolute peak fiction. Is that a Bunnicula fursuit? Oh my god, that's sick. Oh no, I think it's just a mascot costume, but still, that's sick. I love that. That's so sick. Oh my god. I love this art style. That's so cute. but, let me... Oh. Throws you into the sun. Ah! That's the sound of me sizzling. I'm dead. I'm in the sun. I'm dead. Okay, wasn't there like an SCP animation that was like, okay, I could be wrong and I could have like dreamed this or something, but I swear there was like an SCP fan animation where they sent like one of the researchers in a spaceship to the sun, and then they had SCP-096, which if you don't know is the one that like, the one that if you look at it, it'll like follow you, kind of like, I guess it's kind of like a reverse Weeping Angel situation. Like, if you see its face, it will go after you. But, yeah, basically, kind of what happened, was they sent someone, they wanted to see, like, how far it could go, because, like, if someone even sees, like, an image of its face, it'll track them down. And so they sent this one guy to the sun in a spaceship, and, like, they put a picture of SCP-93's face, and he still went into the sun. He followed him into the sun and killed him. And then, like, in the post-credit scene, it showed that he was still alive on the sun. That might have been a dream, but it is so funny. I actually can't get over that. It is so incredibly funny. I love that. Anyways, I'm going on so many tangents, we should continue. Yeah, there's like 59 minutes left.
Updating the interior.
Oh, no,
She
not
would have just
59
told
minutes
us.
left.
And leave a paper trail? Let a woman commit a little insurance fraud as a treat, Alden.
Right now,
Yeah!
I hope
Let a
it's
woman
something
commit a little insurance
as
fraud.
ridiculous as that.
So true. I support women's wrongs.
May I offer an unlikely option?
You may.
Perhaps she turned someone?
Grace has never, not once
No,
since I've
no,
known,
never.
even considered.
That would never happen. That would never happen.
Do you really think she could?
That isn't something she would do without a very good reason.
No.
Who would she even
Never.
consider
She would never.
turning?
She's turned people since we've met her.
She most certainly has not.
What about that one lover of hers? What was his name? George? Gordon?
What, the
I
poet?
can't, like... Okay, I know Harlan voices every single character in Malevolent, but, like, I can't stop hearing specifically Kane. Cause, like, I think Kane is just kind of his normal voice, but, like, with a bit more oomph to it. It just sounds like Kane if he was normal. And I just think that's very funny. It's so silly. Kane is my favorite character, by the way. I love Kane so much. He is so silly, and you guys know I love fourth wall breaking plots and stuff, and, like, with, like, everything that he's done, like, coins don't land on their sides, your friends suck at following the rules. He's quite silly indeed. He's very silly. He's kind of like Bill Cipher if the Tumblr girlies got their way. And I think it might have been Oak who said this, but they said, like, my favorite thing about Malevolent is that, like, that Kane is, like, a homegrown Tumblr sexyman. Like, Harlan didn't specifically try to make him into a Tumblr sexyman like people do with, like, Alistair or whatever. And I find it so funny. I find that so funny. That like he is a homegrown Tumblr sexyman. So incredibly silly. Yeah. Frick. Let's go back. Okay.
I would have eaten him before ever letting him become even halfway immortal. Imagine being stuck with that blowhard.
He wasn't that bad.
He said her hair was made of water, and her teeth looked like moonlight. And then he wrote a sestina comparing her to a hangover. He can go to hell.
Fussy.
No, I have taste. Grace is fussy.
She never turned her ex-girlfriend, right?
Which one?
The really friendly one with the big curly hair, back around 93?
No, and I liked Rhonda.
Why was my first
Didn't she
thought was
die?
Helen
Is that who I'm thinking of?
Yes. Car crash, I think.
Right. Tragic.
Car crash?
I remember seeing the obituary.
Cardiac arrest, died of a heart attack. A golden escalator, all his friends and neighbors had Neighbors huddled there in prayer, around the respirator. Catch you later. I'm off to see the man upstairs. They all look like ants from here, studs and crystal chandeliers. I've made 2 Charlie's Inferno references this stream. I'm actually losing my mind. There's no saving me. I'm beyond redemption.
Grace... Actually, I don't think she ever spoke about her again.
She did send a floral arrangement when she heard about the funeral. White roses. I remember helping her pick them out, so... Who would she turn now? She hasn't been with anyone in ages.
She's spoken highly of the woman she works with.
The coworker? I guess.
She blushes when she brings her up.
She would never.
No.
Have you been paying attention? Yes!
I should get new glasses.
She's sweet on her. At least a little.
Can't trust a vampire with emotions.
Oh, don't play on old tropes. I'm just saying, something has happened. Grace is in a tizzy. That call made my hair stand on end.
Well, now you're making me nervous.
Sorry.
It's all right. Let's just try calling her again. I want to know what's happening.
Is there some sort of onboarding for this?
I don't have a PowerPoint presentation ready, if that's what you mean. What do you want to know?
What a hilariously huge question. I still barely believe that any of this has happened,
Why do they call
but
it of in when you of in the cold food of out hot
there's a
eat the
lot
food?
I'd like to know more about.
Well, we have a lot of time. An eternity, one could say.
Okay, I can't handle the thought of that right now.
This is just like that one. This is just like that one My Little Pony fan comic where Twilight grew up because she was an alicorn and all her friends died, but she stayed immortal. Oh my god, I can't. What was that comic even called? I was obsessed with that comic when I was younger. What even was that? It was. My first thought is like Severance, but I know that's not it, and that's a completely different thing. That's a show. Very good show, by the way. Remembrance! That was it! I just rememberanced. Of course there's a Remembrance wiki. Yeah! Yeah, I remember this being the art style. Oh my god. Or no, the art style changed, didn't it? I think the art style changed a lot. Might have been multiple animators. That's what, that I think. I could be wrong. my god. I don't actually remember if it was any good, but I really liked it when I was younger. Let me think. What, Didn't it have, like, song parodies? Because one thing that I remember was there was this one My Little Pony, like, series, that had, like, a bunch of kind of parodies of songs, and it was, what was it? It was, I remember there was one, like, part of, that was, like, Zakora singing a song. No, it was, like, Sakura's ancestor or something. She was singing a song, and it was, like, one song from The Princess and the Frog, but it was, like, the lyrics were changed and stuff. And I remember that version slapped so much harder than the original. Like, the lyrics actually, like, rhymed more and made more sense. Absolute peak. Absolute peak. I don't remember what that was. It wasn't Friendship is Witchcraft. I know that that's a different thing. Although, Gypsy Bard still slaps. I love, I guess you can't say that word now. Pinky Bard. I think there's, like, a really good cover of it. I forget who it's by, but it's called Pinky Bard. Very good. Slaps really hard. And there was it Princess Trixie Sparkle? Because I think that one had, I know it had, I think in Princess Trixie Sparkle, there was one song that, God, what was it? There was one song that was like a parody of, Because the Night, that was like, the weight of the crown, the weight of the crown. And I still think, every time I hear the song, I still think of that. I still think of that version. Absolute peak. Absolute peak. Anyways, let's actually get back on track. We're not even halfway through.
All right. Let's start small. God, this feels stupid.
You'll adjust.
All right. Vampires have lore. There are rules.
Lore?
Everything's
Lore?
got rules.
Yeah, but it's things like, okay, sunlight hurts, but it doesn't make me turn to ash. Not immediately, anyways.
No, but you'll want to wear long sleeves if you're going out during the day. And a hat. Ooh, you know, I have some wonderful hats you can borrow.
I'm not really a hat person.
Said like someone who's never been to a milliner.
I'm not even entirely sure what that is.
I know a wonderful one. I'll send her a text.
Milliner.
You'll love her. Besides, I think you'd look incredible in some...
Oh god, how the heck do you spell that? Milliner. The store. Heirloom quality luxury goods made ethically. That's probably not it, but maybe it's something. I don't know. We gotta keep going.
A little slouchy.
Grace, come on.
It would clearly match your attitude.
Fine. We'll go hat making.
No, you don't make the
Hat
hat.
making.
She does.
Enough about hats.
Oh my god.
Said like someone who's never owned a well-made cloche.
Okay, whatever. Crosses?
Tacky in many contexts, but otherwise not an issue.
Silver?
That's werewolves.
It's both.
Regardless, not an issue. Which is good for me because I have never liked how gold looks against my skin tone.
Okay, are there
That seems
plants
like
I
an
can't be
issue.
around? I assume garlic is fine.
Ooh.
Seriously?
It won't kill you,
No garlic bread. No
but
garlic
it
bread.
will make you sick. Sorry.
Yeah. This is the second worst news I've gotten today.
It's not like you'll need food to live.
Yeah, but I enjoy it. I like to cook.
Maybe replace it with onions?
All right. Okay.
But I hate onions. I would actually die.
I don't know.
I would if I was a vampire.
I assume a
like,
stake through the heart or a beheading can kill me, but that kills anything. So, not really a huge leap.
Yeah. Oh, beware of oleander.
Like the plant?
What?
Yes. It can cause symptoms.
Okay, what are we talking here? Are we talking mild headaches, rash, bleeding out of the eyeballs?
It's poisonous to regular humans, but for us, dizziness, weakness. It'll make you feel drunk, but bad drunk.
Can I still get drunk?
If you drink enough, you can for a short bit, but it wears off quite quickly.
All right, it's not too bad.
Oh, and you have to be invited in.
I'm sorry, what now?
You can't enter a space that's claimed without an invitation.
Is that why you always had me head into a house first?
Yes. You adapt. You learn.
Silly.
How old are you?
Actually,
No, theoretically. Tell me as if this is some sort of age double slit experiment.
let's just say I've lived lifetimes.
Oh, all right, cool. You'll have to give me your skincare tips.
Oh, lots of water, retinol, being undead, Vaseline over moisturizer. Every night.
Wonderful.
Look, there's a lot to take in. I don't want you to feel too overwhelmed right off the bat. Bat.
Right, like vampire.
No, like this.
Oh my god. Oh, that's so funny. I love that. That's amazing.
Okay, please tell me that I don't need to get a rabies shot to hang around you.
Even if I could give you rabies, you wouldn't die from it. I don't think.
You don't think?
I never tried. Oh, and don't worry about shapeshifting just yet. That takes a bit of practice. I'm sure you'll be fine, though. You're a quick learner.
It's so funny that they can just straight up turn into bats.
So am I immortal?
In the sense that you're not going to die of old age? Yes.
Like that one kind of
That's...
jellyfish.
No, I don't want to go into that anymore right now. That is too much to wrap my head around at this moment. I don't want to think about it.
It's okay. It's okay. It just takes time. It'll make sense eventually.
Grace, why? People die every day. Why couldn't you have just called for help?
Because it would never have gotten here in time. And I didn't think this was the way you should go bleeding out on the office floor. I wanted better for you. And I thought that this will at least give you time.
Fine. I'll put a pin in it, and I'll... Am I really never going to be able to enjoy the sun again?
I can't begin
I
to
would actually
describe
die.
what moonlight will feel like on your skin. Once you're settled, we can go for a walk. You've healed, but you had many wounds. And I know you look the same, but your body has changed. For a while, you won't know your own strength. You might feel like a puppy, growing into oversized paws.
Don't patronize me.
Maybe that was a poor choice of words. But the fact remains, you
Yes.
are in the
You.
process of becoming
You're-
something.
You, desperate
That comes with
person
growing
who
pains.
has no idea what's going on
Speaking
and is
of,
incredibly stressed. You're like
you
a big
eat?
puppy.
You will need to eat.
What if I don't? What if I just want to lie down on the floor and die like I was supposed to?
You can do whatever you want. Lie there. Ossify. But I will say this to you now. It is not as bad as you think it will be. Difficult. A challenge at first, but really not as hard as you think it will be. Your mind may push against it. Your body, though, it will crave. Eventually, your mind will come to meet it as well. You can either fight it or accept it. Fighting it. Noble. Maybe. In a foolish way. It will hurt, though. It will feel like your skin is being peeled from your body, but you won't die. You will just suffer. You can choose that,
Does it work if you drink your own blood?
I can't stop you.
Like, do you stop having blood once you're...
I can't recommend it, though.
Do you have someone you bleed when you're feeling peckish who's, like, chained up in the basement?
Things have changed in the last century. No one needs to die so we can feed. No one even needs to suffer. Here, I can bring you another blood bag.
Don't.
You need to eat.
If you don't want to be my keeper, stop telling me what to do.
I am just trying to... Fine. Eat or don't. Do as you like. Just please don't get it on the wallpaper again.
Right. My stomach gnaws at me. It radiates through my body, and I cannot bring myself to look at the bag on the table. It just makes me ravenous. Okay. Grace, I feel like I should say thank you or something for what you did, but I don't know if I'm there yet. I'm not mad. I know my other option was to just die, so I understand why you did this. And somewhere deep down, I think if I had been in the same position, I probably would have done the same thing, so...
Thank you for saying that. We're going to find the person that tried to kill you.
This is going to sound really weird, but your touch feels different.
Oh, of course it does. Can I ask what it feels like?
I am, like, genuinely really curious about, like, how the biology works and stuff.
There's sort of a light buzz. It's like putting your hand into a tub of ball bearings.
Huh.
Interesting.
I'm just curious, because, like,
The experience?
Your description.
It's hard to explain.
Like,
You'll learn that if you touch a regular human, they'll feel all kinds of fun things, but when a vampire touches another vampire, it's a whole other experience.
It's a nice feeling. So, do we go back to the office? Look around?
Well, the sun will be going down shortly.
Okay. I want to go back to the office.
Are you sure?
Yes. I need to see where it happened.
After decades of shaky hands caused by debilitating tremors, Sunnybrook was the only hospital in Canada who could provide Andy with something, and that very same day, 2 steady hands.
Hints of who did this at the scene.
Sunnybrook is special. Learn more at sunnybrook.ca/special.
We return to the office to see if we can find any hints of who did this at the scene of the crime. It's weird to call it that. Not that it isn't, but that it's this thing that happened to me, and I am the victim, and this is a thing that has to be solved. And as we walk in, I am suddenly hit by this wall of fear. I knew I would feel trepidation coming back, but walking back in, I am overwhelmed by the smell of blood. My blood in the air. It's disgusting. It is horrifying.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. And that feeling makes my stomach lurch, although I cannot tell if it's because I'm revolted or if it's because I'm starving. God, I'm starving. But that's immediately replaced again by the fear. The energy in the room still shimmers like a too-hot day, harsh and unforgiving. It's all very fresh, like walking in after an explosion. The sound gone, but the dust still thick in the air. Oh my God.
I think this floor will need refinishing.
She was right. I wouldn't have survived. Are you just gonna call a guy and be like, sorry, I was slaughtering a deer in here and it got away from me?
What? Do you think I'm the only vampire in Toronto? But don't worry, I have a guy for this. Actually, I should have someone in tomorrow if Chris is available.
Do you ruin floors often?
No, but I have a network of people who will do the things that need to be done. Discretion pays well.
Makes sense. Okay. So, here's where I was. I clearly had moved from the desk. The mental image of what happened feels blurry, even though it was so recent. The adrenaline and the pain form a film over everything, and all I can remember are the most random pieces. The sound of my strained breathing, the creaking of the wooden floors beneath us, the smell of cologne, thick and cloying, heavy on his skin. I heard the door open. A man stood in the doorway. I didn't recognize him.
And you're sure it was a man?
Yes. He was tall. He had on a coat and a medical mask on his face, and he was wearing a scarf, which I thought was weird, because it's warm out. It was red, and I think he had brown hair or black hair, or I don't remember.
Just keep working through the memory.
He came in, and he stood here, and I could smell him. That's what I remember. I could smell cologne. It was like thick, and it smelled familiar. I don't know. I don't remember why, but it did. And I asked him if I could help him, and he didn't say anything. And he looked from me over to here, which means
he was looking at my office.
Yes, but you were out, so the desk was empty. And then he turned to me, and he locked eyes, and he charged at me, and then
That's good. You don't have to keep going. It's quite self-explanatory from there. The only question is, how did you end up this far from your desk?
A good question, but everything is a haze. I was crawling towards him, away from him? I don't remember, but I know I was crawling.
There's tracks here. He walked around, tracking blood everywhere. He's moving quickly. Trying to find something? Are you sure you were at your desk when he came in?
Yes, I was writing an email, and I remember looking over my laptop at him.
Do you remember getting up? Did you make any moves once the attack started?
Yeah, I must have. Yeah? Yeah, I must have. I don't know. It's just a blur.
There's blood here.
That looks like spatter from the attack, but this is new. There's blood on the business cards.
He took a card.
What? Like a fucking token? A little memento? Is he gonna call me and report my own murder? There's a thumbprint on the plastic holder that keeps both of our business cards. On the top of each stack, there's a drop of blood.
That's why.
He took both of our cards, and somehow that only makes this feel worse. I'm gonna change my cell phone number. Fuck.
We'll monitor it. If this piece of shit reaches out, I want to be ready to respond.
Why would he take a card?
It's like the one. It's
Proof
like that one
that he's been here?
image of like the guy who donated like a cent and being like, "I hope you get cancer," and then when the person called them out and said, "The person who sent me this just showed their full name and address, by the way," and the person like said like later comes back and like gives them like $6, and they're like, I would like to apologize. I would like to apologize for stabbing you. Shoot. Oh, there we go.
Is the blood not enough?
It's curious.
So he took a souvenir.
Could be. Taking a little treat to remind him of a job well done.
You think he was hired?
This feels premeditated. Planned.
Okay, but why?
I don't know. But I think the answers we're looking for might prove to be more elusive than...
Okay, funny thing. I was just quickly checking my, welcome to live chat. I was just quickly checking, my reminders for today. And, I think like my mom was struggling with the Google Home thing. Because one of the reminders is I did not say search the web. So what I assume happened is she asked it to do something and then it searched the web for it. And she was like, Google, I did not say search the web. And then it was like setting a timer for this time I did not say search the web. I just think that's funny. I just think that's quite silly. Anyways, apparently my reminders today are to check every subject and also die. I don't know why, but my friends set in a reminder at 10 a.m. every day to die, and it's great. So I'll check that off, because I did do
Tracking down a lone angry man with a knife.
Do you think you were the intended target?
I think it's a possibility. But to be thorough, let me ask you a few things. Do you have any history of violent or vindictive exes?
I had a girlfriend who was a real piece of work, but she's long gone, so aside from that, no.
Any past experiences involving organized crime, drug trafficking?
What? No.
I'm not honey trapping you. I just need you to be honest. If there's anything unsavory in your history...
There's nothing. I smoked some weed in high school. I once did MDMA at a club, and I hated it. I broke a car window with a basketball when I was a kid, and I didn't tell anyone. So I doubt that guy has been biding his time, waiting to just seek revenge.
I know people who have done more for less.
Imagine.
But I'll admit it's unlikely. Money issues?
Just the usual of rent too expensive, everything too expensive.
No loan sharks then.
That it's that guy.
Enemies? People you've pissed off? Anything?
No, Grace. I don't have any sort of dark past. I don't have any of the Sopranos coming after me because I got in Tony's way or whatever. I don't know. I didn't watch the show. I don't have HBO.
Yeah, neither do I. I've heard it's about psychiatry and ducks, but anyway, keep thinking about it. If anyone comes to mind, please let me know.
She doesn't seem like the kind of character.
Are there people who'd want to kill you?
Yes. You live long enough, you don't make as many friends as you do. Individuals willing to, for lack of a better phrase, stab you in the back.
Are you going to elaborate on this?
No. But I will make a few phone calls.
As she walks around the room, something I've never noticed about her is that she never gets sweaty. I've never seen her wipe the sweat off her forehead or even look a little clammy. If she's nervous, she doesn't wear it on her body. And
So I
if
guess
she's
they don't-
lying,
Maybe they don't have body heat.
well, I guess I just had to figure that out another way.
Because there would be...
You're right.
Okay.
A good professional would have staked out the office ahead
I'm
of time.
actually wondering, because, like, this might actually address my earlier question, because I said that... I was wondering if they have any body heat. And I believe sweat is a reaction... Like, sweat is a reaction to your body getting too hot. To, like, kind of cool you down. And I think that's interesting. And also, I believe that does imply that vampires do not need to wear deodorant, and vampires will never be stinky. Which I think is quite funny. But, also, yeah, so I guess, because it explained why she said, earlier that, like, she just feels numb. Like, that would explain it. That would explain it, because she's not getting any body heat. Which I think is interesting, and I think that's probably going to come into play later.
Time.
Just, you know, I'm
no.
genuinely just making theories, because I have not read any of the scripts apart from the one that I was in before this, and that one I, like, vowed to not reread until it comes out. I still have it in my room, but I vowed not to reread it until it comes out. So, like, because I don't really want to get spoiled. And I have a very bad memory, so I remember some of the aspects, and I won't be talking about them. But, like, these kind of guesses and stuff are just genuine guesses. I just want to let... Like, I know no one's watching this, but, like, in case anyone is, I just figured I might as well say it.
That I wasn't here when they came in. So either they were a subpar hitman, or they weren't hired to kill me. Maybe they were hired to send me a message. I just don't know what that message means. Not yet. Anyone who's spoken to me over the last couple of years knows that we work together. Someone might have been trying to hurt me through you. And if that's the case, I will obliterate them and then put them back together piece by agonizing piece just so I can fucking obliterate them again.
Her eyes lock onto me and then dart away, eventually drifting back over to the blood pool on the floor. All right, let's take some pictures and then finish up here, because I can't handle being in this space much longer. It is stressing me out.
Yeah. I've got a few photos. I'll grab a few more, and tomorrow my guy will be in to redo these floors. It'll be like none of this ever happened.
Yeah.
Except for the
vampirism.
Yeah. Except for that.
What I'm not saying to her is this. My chest hurts. My body aches from hungers I can't even begin to describe, but I know that if I don't concentrate, I will become floppy, start stumbling. And I don't want to do that. I can't.
Floppy.
Keep your head up,
Like a
shoulders
disc.
back, move forward. Don't look afraid.
What even is a floppy disk?
Why am I doing this? I don't know. Maybe it's to stop the constant screaming in my brain that I don't know how to even start thinking about what comes next. How things have changed, how am I going to explain this to my parents? I can't think about them right now. I can't. I just gotta think about some...
I've only heard it used in contexts of, like, oh, the younger generation doesn't know this stuff. And it's like, usually that kind of thing is like a telephone that, like, people very clearly know what it is, actually, and it's just interaction bait. But genuinely, what is a floppy disk? What the heck is a floppy disk? I'm gonna search it up. What is a floppy disk? Okay, so it's... That doesn't look very floppy to me. Or floppy diskette, usually referred to as a floppy, a diskette, or a disk. It's a type of disk storage composed of a thin, flexible disk of a magnetic storage program. That's so oddly specific. That's so oddly specific. But I guess since people
Something else.
and stuff more back in the day.
Can you drive me home?
times.
I don't trust myself to drive right now.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I just want to go home.
Are you sure about that?
Unless it's easier for me to turn into a bat and just fly back.
I would not recommend that just yet. It's hard to control. Besides, turning into many small things is difficult.
How do you do it?
You have to focus. Understand how the pieces of your body can be twisted into other shapes.
Right.
It's like finding all the sections where your form can be taken apart. Not like a broken vase, but like a puzzle. Something that can be put back together. You need to find the key within and turn it. Oh, shit! B! Oh, good God, this is too soon. B, concentrate. I need you to concentrate on your form. Focus.
Oh, holy shit!
Are you all right?
So funny.
I told you that you're not ready. It's too soon to be trying such things.
Oh, how do you do anything with that many eyes?
It's a challenge.
Oh, God.
It's all right.
I want bugs. I want a moth. Give me a moth.
Yeah, the first few times are quite disorienting.
Give me a moth!
Deep breaths.
Oh. Holy shit. I was bats. All of me bats.
Yes. It's both very useful and incredibly inconvenient.
Stop it. Stop. My leg thinks it's a wing. Stop. Ha!
Once you get the hang of it, it can be quite
Oh my
fun.
God. Okay.
Grace.
Funny thing. So, like, recently I've started having this, like, problem. I'm gonna see a doctor about it. But my leg just starts shaking uncontrollably. Like, it was pretty bad, but it was mainly when I went downstairs and stuff. But now it's like, even when I was standing, like, I was making French toast this morning, and my leg was just vibrating. And, like, now I finally have a reason to say shiver me timbers. I am gonna see a doctor about it, but I just think that's very funny. Shiver me timbers. Arrgh. I'm a pirate.
Just drive me home.
In the Batmobile.
Standing in the bathroom back at my place, I took a good, hard look at myself for the first time since it all happened. I keep expecting something different. Some big change, red eyes, taut and shiny skin, leathery ears resembling bat wings. I have to admit, I was never much into vampire media. Not really my style. I was always more of a science fiction girl, but turns out it's all weirder Earthside than I ever could have guessed. My hair looks nice, though, which is odd, because all I did was awkwardly wash out some of the blood still crusted in it. It's smooth and knotless, which is shocking, because normally my hair tangles if you breathe on it too hard. So I guess I'll take the change. My teeth look nice, too, but there's no obvious fangs. Do they pop out on request?
Huh.
My mouth feels sharp.
Okay, a lot of times when I've, like, overanalyzed media and stuff, my friends are like, it's not supposed to be realistic. But there's, like, a certain line in my mind of, like, where something can be realistic and where something, like, I feel does genuinely need an explanation in the laws of this universe. And I like the fact that they are kind of questioning that, because it kind of sets up the expectation that some of these things are going to be answered, as to, like, whether the fangs grow in or whatever. So I assume it's going to be addressed. And I think that's very cool. I'm very excited to see, like, where this kind of stuff goes.
My tongue as I explore it. But overall, I just look like I'd taken a shower and put on my makeup recently. I tried eating a granola bar when I got home, and it tasted fine, but flat. It left my mouth dry and uncomfortable. There was no satisfaction in it, not like before.
Oh, that's interesting.
And every time Grace puts her hand on me, it's like there's 1,000 friendly bumblebees under my skin. I kind of want to see how this works on someone else. No, that's nuts. Stay the course. Figure this out.
You're nuts.
Maybe another day.
Mushrooms?
I dug out a bottle of wine from your cabinet. Amarone, you have good taste.
It was a gift. From you, I think.
That explains it. I have good taste.
Is this now just like drinking expensive water?
Well, water isn't ripe, raisiny, and full-bodied. Besides, it won't turn to ash in your mouth, and you won't wake up with a headache tomorrow.
I don't know. The thought of that kind of fills me with dread.
Don't worry. I won't make a toast. That would feel a little ghoulish. Ignore the possible pun there.
Gladly.
I do have one more thing I'd like to talk to you about.
In my head, I'm imagining you firing me right now for my clear failure and not getting stabbed at the workplace.
Well, I mean, that will be on your quarterly review, but,
All right.
No, you did well today. It was a high-stress situation to go back, and you handled yourself nicely. And previous times out in the field, you've been a good detective.
I've mostly just watched dudes cheat on their wives and take photos.
Yes, but you've never flinched. You've always been up for a challenge. I like that.
Thank you.
I think it's time you got a promotion.
Really? This is all it took.
You've shown talent.
I think is really cool is I was this is just like a random thing, but when I went to Pirate Studio, the place where they like I want to say filmed but recorded like the lines and stuff. They had I think it was Alex who on her desk had like a bunch of had some Dice Shame fan art, which I haven't like listened to Dice Shame. I actually haven't listened to a ton of D&D podcasts. Still listening to Just Roll With It. I'm still kind of getting through that, and after that I'll probably check out Dice Shame. But I just think it's cool, like just kind of having printed out fan art like on your desk. I think that's quite silly, and I like that a lot. I doubt I will, but if I ever get fan art and stuff, I want to do that. Like that's sick.
Growth over the last year or so. Plus, you've got some new skills that will come in handy.
She puts her hand on my shoulder, and it's like my arm is going to buzz off of my body. And then, a flash. A pain in my skull like something is trying to push its way out through the occipital bone. For a split second, I see myself lying on the floor, bleeding, dying. As if I am outside my own body and reaching for it. A hand, soft and gentle, reaches for mine. In the dream, in real life. I realize that Grace is now holding my hand, looking at me with a deeply furrowed brow. Concern. Questions.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Sorry.
What's wrong, Cookie?
I think I'm just like reliving things that I don't want to relive.
Tell me what you saw.
I am not ready to.
All right. In due time. But
Please describe to me in detail
yes,
your death.
we will need to talk about updating your role in the office.
Does this come with a pension plan?
If you'd like.
I'll think about it.
Which part of it?
The pension, mostly. I feel like the payout's going to be very delayed. But I will take the promotion.
Excellent. We can iron out the details when we're back at the office. I think you could use the day off.
Oh boy, can't wait to spend my day Googling vampire lore and myths. This should only go well.
You do that. Also know that most things are wrong. Just shoot me a text if you have any questions.
Yeah, I'm gonna have about 1 million.
That's fine.
There's just one thing I want to find out right now, and that is who did this and why.
That is pressing and concerning.
It's a lot of things.
That's certainly the main thing we should deal with. But we have one other thing that is quite prescient. You being promoted changes things. We need to hire a new assistant.
I can't believe Dolly Parton would.
In the dream, it is winter.
I can't believe Dolly
I'm
Parton
standing at
would
the edge of the
stab me.
cemetery on a gently sloping hill pockmarked with gray stone. A breeze picks up a layer of powdery snow, the flakes creating spirals in the night air. There's a presence here, one I have not felt in many years, one that I am not pleased but not surprised to sense. Lennox, the vampire who turned me, stands behind me, radiating a tang of freshly spilled, metallic blood.
You were born here in this cemetery. You remember, don't you?
It's not a particularly happy memory.
So why'd you do it? Why put someone else through the change? I thought I'd taught you better.
Get out of my head.
That's not what you really want, is it? You have questions. Ask them.
Did you do this, Lennox? Did you kill B?
What reason would I have to harm that poor little girl? Besides, do you have any proof?
He puts his hand on my shoulder and I tense.
Okay, so yeah, it's him.
My body torn between repulsion and the grounding of a familiar touch. I don't know. But if this was you, I am going to prove it. And I am going to make you pay.
If this were me, I would enjoy watching you try.
Interesting.
Woodbine is an original podcast created, written, and produced by Alex Nursall and Emily Kellogg. Show running and direction by Alex Nursall. Production and promotion by Emily Kellogg.
I'm so excited. This is actually so sick. New episodes. I won't be listening to any more on stream except for the one that I'm in, because I want you guys, and by you guys I mean no one, to listen to Woodbine. It's very good, so far at least. And I assume it'll be good. Like, I assume it'll be really good. I'm already really enjoying it. I've never been super into vampire stories. Like, any vampire media and stuff. Like, a lot of my friends and stuff will, like, make vampire AUs of stuff. But I've never been super into the idea of vampires. Like, they're cool, but it's like, the idea of them is never what really drew me to them. I guess, like, kind of what draws me to media. And, but sometimes, like, there's media like this or Buffy or whatever that, like, just tells a genuinely good story. I'm not, like, specifically drawn to it because of the vampires. But yeah, this is really good. I'm really enjoying it. And before I end stream, I want to play a clip from one of the Parkdale Haunt episodes where my dad dies. It's incredibly funny. Which episode was it? Oh, Parkdale Carol. Like, the Parkdale Haunt's Christmas specials were actually so good. There was one that was like, oh my god, okay. There was one that was like, spoilers for Parkdale Haunt, but basically, Judith, like, kind of gets trapped in, like, this kind of purgatory fake reality kind of thing, and like you guys know I'm all about that kind of stuff. Like you guys know I love that stuff. And like there's one bit that like I think like Owen takes a bite out of like I think he like has like some nuts or something. And he's like, oh, these nuts are so good. These nuts. But and then like Judith goes like, wait, isn't Owen allergic to nuts? And then like after it just goes like it resets to before that, and he's like eating pizza or something, and he's like, this pizza is so good. And it's like, that is such a cool thing. I don't know why, but that like sent chills down my spine. Like that specifically. God, I love. Okay, Owen is definitely. I didn't like Owen when I first listened to Park Del Haunt, but when I re-listened to it, like he's really funny. One thing that always really stuck out to me was in that one episode where he gets buried alive. He like and they put like a tape recorder in there with him so like Judith can hear him. And so like he's like pleading for his life 1 second. He's like, oh my God, please let me out. I'm like Judith, like I'm sorry. And then like it kind of cuts to a different part and he's just beatboxing, and it is so funny, but it is so incredibly human. Like, and that it makes it more terrifying. And like I don't know why, but that part just always gets to me. It's so good. It's so good. I'm actually so glad to be like kind of a part of this universe. Even if it's like a very small part, it's still awesome. Anyways, let me find the bit where my dad freaking dies. Was it in this one?
After decades of specially developed...
And before we start the episode, Enworth, Mary...
Can avoid discussing this.
Yeah.
Your plan is...
Oh, no. Okay, this isn't the one where he dies. Let me find the one where he dies. Oh God, how do I go back? How do I go back, man? Okay, I'm just gonna go to Woodbine, and then I'm gonna scroll all the way down again. Yeah, but go listen to Park Del Haunt if you haven't. It's short, at least shorter than most podcasts. I'd say like the shortest one I've listened to is Red Valley, which I still haven't caught up with. I still need to listen to Red Valley, but wait, espionage to, yeah. Okay, it doesn't credit him, but he is, he's in this one for like less than 5 seconds. Yeah.
A lot.
So, solid ground, not thin air. Momon destinator, homo stultus tace interitum.
Oh my God.
That's my dad. That's my dad. And I think that is quite funny indeed. I think that's very funny. Yeah. He's, I think, like, after we listened to that, he was like, just so you know, if you don't get up on time in the morning, I'm gonna set that to your alarm. It's just gonna be the wah, ah, ah! Which I think is quite funny. Anyways, yeah, so I know, one thing is, I know my stream has a delay. So no one might hear this part. I'm just gonna end it, like, pretty soon. But I know my stream has a delay. And like my past couple uploads, they just ended, like, they didn't have the part, I don't know how to describe it. It ends as it's streaming. It's not, like, it finishes playing what I have said and stuff. It just immediately cuts off as soon as I press the button. And when there's a delay, that's kind of annoying. So, maybe no one's gonna catch this part, but if if you hear this, that's, like, if it kind of ends on a, like, very kind of random, I guess, time, if it ends at a random time, or, like, I'm cut off mid-sentence or something, that's why. I'm just gonna, like, wait for a little bit, just to make sure. So yeah, bye everyone! And by everyone, I mean no one. Like, maybe there's, like, some people watching, like, I know Nick was watching for a little bit, I'm gonna play Pocket Camp.